Section 2, Comprehensive Overview, Water in Arizona. Introduction to Water in Arizona, a Historical Perspective. Welcome to the story of water in Arizona. Imagine standing in Phoenix during the 1890s. There are no massive subdivisions, no freeways, and no modern water systems. Farmers and families relied on small canals connected to the Salt River, hoping enough water would remain through Arizona's brutal summers. Even back then, people asked the same questions buyers ask today. Where does the water come from? Will there be enough water in the future? Can this area continue to grow? More than a century later, water remains one of the most important topics in Arizona real estate. Today's conversations involve groundwater rights, assured water supply reports, drought concerns, and development regulations. But the core issue remains the same. Water determines where Arizona can grow. For real estate professionals, understanding Arizona water is no longer optional. Buyers, investors, and lenders increasingly expect agents to understand how water impacts property values, development, and long-term sustainability. How Arizona learned to manage water. Arizona's early communities quickly realized survival depended on controlling water. Those early canal systems eventually evolved into the Salt River Project, SRP, one of the most important water systems in the state. Later, Arizona developed the Central Arizona Project, CAP, which transports Colorado River water across Arizona to support cities, agriculture, and development. Without SRP and CAP, modern Arizona real estate growth would not have been possible. Today, Arizona relies on several major water sources: Colorado River water through CAP groundwater from underground aquifers, surface water from rivers and reservoirs, reclaimed water systems used for conservation. Different properties may rely on entirely different water systems. A home in Gilbert may receive municipal water through CAP, while a rural property may depend on a private well or hauled water delivery. That is why water disclosures and due diligence are so important in Arizona real estate transactions. The buyer who asked the right question. An agent once showed a beautiful rural property in Pinal County to an out-of-state buyer. The buyer loved the land, views, and horse setup, but eventually asked, "Where does the water come from?" The property relied on a shared well. As the buyer learned more, they discovered shared maintenance responsibilities, potential repair costs, seasonal water pressure changes, possible future groundwater concerns. The buyer nearly canceled the transaction because they did not fully understand Arizona water systems. This is why water education matters. Water issues can affect financing, development, property value, and future use of the land. Understanding Active Management Areas, AMAs. In 1980, Arizona passed the Groundwater Management Act, creating active management areas, commonly called AMAs. AMAs regulate groundwater use to help ensure long-term water sustainability. Arizona currently has 6 AMAs: Phoenix, Pinal, Tucson, Prescott, Santa Cruz, Douglas. Each AMA has different management goals based on growth, water demand, and local conditions. For real estate professionals, AMA knowledge matters because development approvals, conservation rules, and water regulations may vary depending on location. Understanding irrigation, non-expansion areas, INAs. Irrigation non-expansion areas, or INAs, restrict new irrigation development to help preserve groundwater supplies. Arizona currently has 3 INAs: Joseph City, Harquahala, Hualapai. These restrictions help prevent overuse of groundwater resources while balancing agriculture and long-term sustainability. For agents working with rural or agricultural land, understanding INA restrictions is extremely important during due diligence. Assured Water Supply, AWS. The 100-year rule. One of the most important concepts in Arizona development is Assured Water Supply, or AWS. AWS rules require certain developments to prove they have a 100-year reliable water supply before receiving subdivision approvals. This issue gained national attention recently when Arizona limited some proposed developments that relied heavily on groundwater. Buyers immediately began asking, is Arizona running out of water? In reality, the state was enforcing long-term sustainability rules designed to protect future homeowners and communities. Real estate professionals who understand AWS can better explain these issues and help clients make informed decisions. Groundwater versus surface water. Arizona relies heavily on both groundwater and surface water. Groundwater is stored underground in aquifers and accessed through wells. Surface water includes rivers, reservoirs, and lakes. Both systems are essential, but they face different challenges. Groundwater can be depleted through overpumping. Surface water is heavily impacted by drought and river shortages. Arizona manages both systems carefully through conservation, infrastructure projects, and regulation. Why water knowledge matters in real estate. Today's buyers want answers about Arizona water. They want to know, is the water supply secure? Does the property use a well? Are there development restrictions? Will future shortages impact value? Real estate professionals are not expected to be water experts, but they should recognize red flags, understand the basics, and recommend professional resources when needed. Water has shaped Arizona's past, and it will continue shaping Arizona's future growth, development, and real estate market for generations to come. Online discussion. Question 1. Why is water considered one of the most important issues in Arizona real estate today? Answer. Water impacts development, property value, financing, sustainability, and future growth throughout Arizona. Question 2. Why are active management areas important? Answer. AMAs regulate groundwater use and promote long-term water sustainability in growing regions. Question 3. Why should buyers investigate a property's water source? Answer. Water sources may affect property value, maintenance costs, development potential, and long-term usability.